Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. Be water, my friend. The legend Bruce Lee, great fighter, great actor, great philosopher, and the great man. Bruce Lee is an artist who lives in the hearts of people today and forever. The martial arts legend Bruce Lee was born 27th of November 1940 in a hospital called Jackson Street in San Francisco, America. He was named Jun Fan by his parents, Lee Hoi Chun and Grace Ho. However, the American doctors called him Bruce, and so together with his family name Lee, he became popularly known as Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee has acted a child star with his father at the age of 3 months. Even though he was born in America, he was taken to his motherland Hong Kong as a child and pursued his primary education there. Even while he was pursuing his education, he was very much interested in the fields of sports and cinema. His father was very strict, however his mother showered him with lots of affection. Whenever a fight broke out amongst the students, Bruce Lee could be seen at the forefront of it. As his interest in his studies declined, his parents became even more worried. His mother even slapped him, once saying, "You are going to waste your life if you run around like this." Without missing a beat, Bruce Lee replied that he will become a big star in the cinema industry and show them. What he said that day came true in his life, and he made a mark in history, also giving rise to the famous quote, "As you think, so you shall become." He joined Wing Chun teacher Ip Man's school as a student when he was 12 to learn self-defense martial arts. From then on, he was one of the school's most prominent students. Hard work and determination was Lee's policy. Bruce became proficient in martial arts. Having thought of his future, his parents decided to send him to America for higher studies when he turned 18. Many huge life changes awaited the young man who reached America after an arduous 21-day sea voyage. He stepped onto the San Francisco beach with just $150 that his parents gave him. He enrolled in Chinese teacher Kin Boon Mak School to learn Kung Fu. He even conducted Kung Fu classes in public grounds in the evenings. When he found that the money he made by working part-time at a restaurant in Chinatown was not enough for his expenses. Many youngsters recognized his talent and joined as his students, and soon he was able to establish a Kung Fu school of his own. He then combined the important techniques and experience he learned from the various martial arts he practiced to create his own martial art called Jeet Kune Do. He also excelled in learning English, and in 1963 he joined the Washington University to pursue a master's in philosophy. He also met Linda at the same university, and they both became close as they understood each other, and their friendship soon turned into love. They married on the 12th of August in 1964. And from then onwards, Linda's contribution played an important role in Lee's growth. Bruce Lee truly loved his wife and remained a faithful husband till the end. They both had 2 children together, a son Brendan Lee and a daughter Shannon Lee. Television producers soon noticed his talent for martial arts and made contracts with him to act in some TV series. These turned out to be very successful. His dream was to become a legend the entire world will turn to look at. And so he traveled back to Hong Kong with his family in search for an opportunity. He started acting in many movies, and his gaze, movement, speed, power, techniques, face expression, and charisma mesmerized the Chinese and lifted him to the status of a celebrity. In 1971, October 3rd, when the movie Big Boss was released, Bruce Lee reached the pinnacle of the cinema world. And on that day, the words he once told his mother came true. Jackie Chan, who was his fervent fan and who also acted alongside in some movies, is still considered as a martial arts legend in today's world. Martial artists such as Chuck Norris, Bob Wall, Jim Kelly were also Bruce Lee's contemporaries. He amazed the audience in the movies Fist of Fury, The Way of the Dragon, Game of Death, and Enter the Dragon, and made profits never seen before in history. Having reached the pinnacle of fame, he became more and more like a machine, and new adversaries popped up every day, and yet he chose his life willingly. Not only did he work as an actor, but also as an excellent martial arts trainer, producer, and scriptwriter. He showed a lot of interest in the well being of his co stars. His eating habits and strict exercise regimen gave him the appearance of an 18 years old, despite him being past the age of 30. As soon as he got out of bed, he practiced for an hour and never ate fatty foods. On 20th July 1973, when he went to visit celebrity Freddie Dingby, he complained of a severe headache and reclined on a chair. He was given a pain relief tablets, and this was later revealed to be an overdose. Freddie managed to get the motionless lead to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital via ambulance with the help of the producer Saul. Bruce Lee fell into a coma, and despite electric shock treatments and the team of doctors trying hard to revive him, he breathed his last that day at the age of 32. And the whole world was sunk in disbelief and sadness at his loss. The doctors informed that a lump had formed in his brain due to his frequent usage of painkillers after a spinal injury in 1970s. The crowd of fans who joined in his final rites was said to be akin to a carnival by one of the local newspapers. Even though he passed away, the undisputable truth is that Bruce Lee still continues to live on in the hearts of all martial arts enthusiasts.